everyone, welcome to ProK to Biofield and this is Sagarika Babu. This video is about organ and organ system. If you have not seen my last two videos, I request you to see those videos first before seeing this so that you will understand better. Fine? Okay, now, what's special in this video? Of course, you are the special because you are going to learn about yourself. Therefore, please spend 10 to 15 minutes of your precious and valuable time by seeing this video. Trust me, I won't waste your time. This video contains so many useful and important things that you need to know from this topic. Fine. I have divided this topic into three parts. In this part, I am going to tell you what are the organ systems present in your body and I am going to explain about the three organ systems in this video. The rest of the organ systems in my upcoming videos. Fine. And at the end, as usual, I'll ask you the questions from the parts I have taken. Please answer the questions in the comment box to evaluate yourself. Okay? And before entering into the video, please subscribe to my channel and share my videos. Okay, shall we start? Okay, now, what is a cell? You all know that it is the smallest functional unit in a living organism. Group of cell combines to form tissues. Group of cell is tissues. Group of tissue is organ. Group of tissue forms an organ. Group of organ forms an organ system. Group of organ system forms an organism. Okay. Cell. Group of cell tissues. Group of tissue organ. Group of organ is organ system. Fine. Now, we already talked about cells and we all know about tissues. Now, organ and organ system. In our body, we have totally 78 organs in our body. Okay. 78. So, those 78 organs you come to know when we are talking about the organ system. Fine. In the 78, you have 5 major organs in your body. What are those 5 major organs? Your heart, your brain, your liver, your lungs and your kidney. Heart, brain, lungs, liver, kidney. Fine. These 5 are the 5 major organs present in your body. Among the 78 organs, your largest organ present in your body is liver. Okay. Among the 78, your largest organ is liver and your smallest organ is pineal gland. Pineal gland. It is a P-shaped organ which is present in your brain. Fine. So your pineal gland is your smallest organ. Liver is your largest organ. Okay. Next, organ system. In your body you have 10 major organ systems are there. Number 1, integumentary system. Number 2, skeletal system. Number 3, muscular system. Number 4, circulatory system. Number 5, nervous system. Number 6, digestive system. Number 7, excretory system. And number 8, respiratory system. And number 9, endocrine system. And number 10, your reproductive system. Okay. These 10 are your 10 major organ systems. Okay, fine. What is the study of cell called? Cytology. What is study of tissues? Histology. Now, these are the structures present in your human body, right? So, study of structures in a human body is anatomy. So, study of cell is cytology, study of tissue is histology, study of the structures in a human body is anatomy. Okay? Before entering into the organ system, let's see some history of the anatomy. Okay? Don't worry, I won't go into deeper. I'll tell you only the important points in the history of anatomy. Okay? It won't take more than a minute, so please listen. I have a mnemonic valve. Okay? W represents William Harvey. A represents Andreas Vesalius and G represents Galen. These three persons are the major contributors in the history of anatomy. Okay. A. Andreas Vesalius. He is a father of modern anatomy. Okay. Father of modern anatomy. Okay, for the question who first discovered the anatomy, the answer is Andreas Vesalius, because he is the father of modern anatomy. Okay, next, William Harvey. What did he do? He described the functioning of heart and movement of blood in animals. Okay, he described the functioning of heart and movement of blood in animals. This is a major contributor for the William Harvey. Next, Galen. He is well known for his theory, Galen theory. What is Galen theory? He said that illness of a body is caused by the imbalance of 4 humors. What are those 4 humors? Your phlegm, your blood, your black bile and yellow bile. Okay, I repeat. What is Galen theory? Illness is caused by the imbalance of 4 humors. Number 1, blood, phlegm, black bile, yellow bile. This is Galen theory. Okay, and also Galen is a person who said that arteries carry blood. Okay, arteries carry blood is just first discovered by Galen. Okay, this is the most important thing that you need to know in the history of anatomy. Now let's learn about the organ system in the anatomy. Okay, first organ system we are going to say is integumentary system. Okay, the word integument is nothing but covering. The meaning of integument is covering. Why? Because the structures which are present in the integumentary system provides a covering for the internal organs. Okay, let's see what are the structures which are present in the integumentary system. Skin, hair, nails, sweat glands, oil glands, which is nothing but sebaceous gland. Okay, your skin, hair, nails, sweat glands and sebaceous gland. These are the structures which are present in the integumentary system and they are a covering for the internal organs. Therefore, this system is known as the integumentary system. Okay, among these 5 structures, your skin. Let's talk about skin. It is a sense organ. Okay, your skin is a sense organ. It helps us to feel the pain. Fine. Okay, you know what is the largest organ present in your body? That is liver. What is the smallest organ? That is pineal gland. Now, your skin is the heaviest organ, okay, in your body. Your skin is the heaviest organ in your body. It weighs about 7 kg. Okay, your skin weighs about 7 kg. It is the heaviest organ present in your body. Your skin is a envelope. Okay, its complex structure. It is a complex structure. Its complex structure is divided into 3 layers. First layer is epidermis. Second layer is dermis. Third is hypodermis. Epidermis, dermis, hypodermis. Fine. Epidermis is outermost layer. It is the outermost layer. Dermis is middle layer. Hypodermis is innermost layer. Okay, epidermis outermost layer, dermis middle layer, hypodermis is the innermost layer. Okay, and the outermost layer, the layer which is present on the epidermis, it contains the dead cells. Okay, it contains the dead cells. Epidermis contains melanocytes. Epidermis contains melanocytes. What does this melanocytes do means? Your skin color. Okay, your skin color is determined by the melanocytes. Okay, your skin color is determined by the melanocytes which is present in the epidermis. Okay, next, the deepest part layer in the epidermis, it contains the nerve endings. Okay, nerve endings is present in the deep layer of the epidermis. So far we are talking about only the epidermis. It contains melanocytes. Its outermost layer, it contains the dead cells, and the deepest part, it contains the nerve endings. Clear? Next, dermis. The epidermis and dermis are separated by a membrane called basement membrane. Okay, epidermis and dermis are separated by a membrane called basement membrane. This is the basement membrane which separates the epidermis and the dermis. Okay, dermis is the middle layer. It is thick. Okay, dermis is thick but it is elastic. Dermis is thick but elastic. So, melanocytes is present in the epidermis. So, these are the things which are present in the dermis. What are they? Nerves, blood vessels, hair follicles, sweat glands, oil glands. Nerves, blood vessels, hair follicles, sweat glands, oil glands, that is sebaceous gland. Okay, your sweat glands secrete sweat. Oil glands, that is sebaceous gland, it secretes sebum. Okay, so what does sebum do? The sebum keeps your skin smooth and shiny. Okay, sweat glands secrete sweat. It is an excretory product. The sweat glands helps to separate the sweat from the blood. Okay, oil glands, it secretes sebum. The sebum, it keeps your skin smooth and shiny. Fine. Next, hypodermis. This is the innermost layer. It is also a thick layer. Hypodermis is thick layer and it contains large amount of adipose tissue. Hypodermis contains large amount of adipose tissue. Okay. What is this adipose tissue? It is a tissue to store the fat. Okay. Adipose tissue store fat. Fine. Okay, now let's know what are the functions of the integumentary system. Okay, so these are the functions of the integumentary system. First one, protection. It protects your internal organs of the body. Okay, it protects your internal organs of the body. Next, your skin. It acts as an excretory organ. Okay, because it excretes sweat. Fine. So, skin acts as an excretory organ. Next, your skin. It reduces water loss. It acts as a sense organ. It helps us to feel touch, pain, temperature, etc. So it acts as a sense organ. Next, it produces vitamin D. It regulates body temperature. So these are the functions of the integumentary system, mainly skin. Okay, protection, excretory organ, reduce water loss, sense organ, produce vitamin D, and regulates body temperature. Fine. Next organ system is skeletal system. Okay, your skeletal system consists of bones, cartilage, ligaments. Bones, cartilage, ligaments. Okay, there are totally 206 bones are there. Fine. Cartilage. Cartilage is a connective tissue that is present in the ends of the long bone. Fine. Ligaments. Ligament is a fibrous connective tissue that helps to connect bone to bone. Fine. So these are the connective tissue that helps to connect the bones. So your 206 bones are connected by the cartilage and ligaments. Fine. So these joints, they helps to connect the bones. All these 206 bones are joined by cartilage and ligaments to form a framework of the body. So this skeletal system, it provides a framework to the body. Fine. Next, this skeletal system protects your internal organs like brain, heart, lungs, etc. Your brain, heart and lungs are the internal organs that are protected by the skeletal system. Fine. And the skeletal system, in the bone marrow, the blood cells are produced. Your blood cells like RBCs, WBC, platelets are the blood cells that are produced in the bone marrow. These are the functions of the skeletal system. Fine. And these bones, they helps to enable your body movements also. Okay. Now we know how many bones are present in the body. How many? 206. This 206 bones is divided into axial skeleton, appendicular skeleton. Axial skeleton, appendicular skeleton. In the axial skeleton, you have 80 bones. In appendicular skeleton, you have 126 bones. Okay. So in 206, 80 in axial skeleton, 126 in appendicular skeleton. Fine. Okay. Now we know there are totally 80 bones are present in the axial skeleton. What are those 80 bones? Let's learn. Skull. In your skull, you have 22 bones. In your skull, you have 22 bones. This 22 bones is divided into 8, 14. Because these 8 bones are present in the cranium, that is in your brain region. So 8 bones in cranium. 14 bones in face. They are facial bones. Okay. 22 bones forms a skull. And in this 22, 14 are facial bones. 8 are present in the cranium. Fine. Next, vertebral column. Skull protects your brain. Likewise, your vertebral column protects your spinal cord in the back region. Fine. So, skull protects the brain. Vertebral column protects your spinal cord. And the bones present in the vertebral column is totally 26. Okay. 26 bones, vertebral column. Next, ear ossicles. Ear ossicles are the ossicles that are present in the ear. Totally they are 3. So 3 in each ear, totally 6 bones. Fine. Next, thoracic cage. This thoracic cage protects your lungs. Okay, they are made up of 12 pairs of ribs. Your thoracic cage is made up of 12 pairs of ribs. So 12 into 2, 24 bones. Okay, next, sternum. Sternum is nothing but a long bone that is present in the center to which the 12 pairs of ribs are attached. Okay, your 12 pairs of ribs forms a thoracic cage. These 12 pairs, they attach to a long bone that is present in the center. That center bone is nothing but sternum. Okay, this forms one bone. Next is hyoid bone. Hyoid bone is present in the anterior midline of the neck. Okay, anterior midline of the neck is the hyoid bone. It is 1. So 22 plus 26 plus 6 plus 24 plus 2. So these forms totally 80 bones which are present in the axial skeleton. So now you know what are those 80 bones which are present in the axial skeleton. Okay. Next, appendicular skeleton. You know there are totally 126 bones are there in the appendicular skeleton. What are those 126? Let's see. Your upper limb and lower limb. Okay, in your upper limb you have 64 bones. In lower limb you have 62 bones, so totally 126 bones. Fine. Your upper limb is attached to your shoulder, right? So that is pectoral girdle. It is nothing but the clavicle and scapula. Clavicle and scapula are the two bones which are present here. They forms the pectoral girdle to which your upper limb is attached. Likewise, pelvic girdle, which is nothing but a hip bone to which your lower limb is attached. Fine. Next. So there are totally 64 bones and 62 bones. I'll tell you the main names. This is your upper limb, right? This bone is humerus. This bone is humerus. And there are two bones are present here. One is radius, one is ulna. Radius, ulna. And here you have carpals, metacarpals, phalanges. Okay, humerus, radius, ulna, carpals, metacarpals, phalanges. Likewise, in your lower limb, you have femur, which is a thigh bone, femur thigh bone, and patella, knee bone. Okay, patella, knee bone. Under that you have same two bones, tibia, fibula. Tibia and fibula. Under that you have tarsals, metatarsals, phalanges, which corresponds to carpals, metacarpals, and phalanges in your upper limb. Fine. So I am just telling the names. The detailed part of the skeletal system I am going to upload it as a separate video. Okay. Now just remember the names. Fine. Your next system is muscular system. Okay. Your muscular system consists of muscles. They helps to provide a beautiful shape to your body. Okay. Their main function is they provide beautiful shape to your body. And second major function is your muscles are responsible for locomotion. What is locomotion? It is nothing but movement. Okay. So it is responsible for movement, that is locomotion. In our body, totally about 700 different muscles are there. Okay. In a human body, totally 700 different muscles are there. Next, there are three types of muscles. Skeletal muscle, smooth muscle, cardiac muscle. Skeletal muscle, smooth muscle, cardiac muscle. Your skeletal muscles are striated. What is striated? That is, the striations will be there in that muscle. Okay. Smooth muscle is non-striated. Next, your cardiac muscle. As I said before, your skeletal muscle is voluntary muscle. You can voluntarily control that. But smooth muscle and cardiac muscle are involuntary muscle. I have mentioned this in my last video. Okay. So skeletal muscle, voluntary muscle, it is striated. Smooth muscle and cardiac muscle are involuntary muscle. Smooth muscle is non-striated. Fine. And your skeletal muscles are attached to your bones. Skeletal muscles are attached to the bones. Smooth muscles are present in the walls of the blood vessels and also in the lining of the hollow organs like stomach, intestine, etc. Cardiac muscles are exclusively found in the heart. Fine. Your skeletal muscles are attached to the bones. Smooth muscles are present in the wall of the blood vessels and in the lining of the stomach and intestine. Cardiac muscles are exclusively found in the heart. Okay. So the muscles present in the heart are called cardiac muscle. Okay. And one more thing, your facial expressions are formed by totally 40 muscles. Okay. Your facial expressions are formed by about 40 muscles. I also take this in a separate video. Okay, I'll tell you what are those 40 muscles. Fine. And in your body, which is the active muscle in your body means your tongue. Your tongue is the active muscle present in your body. Fine. Now let's see some questions. Okay. Your first question is, who is the father of modern anatomy? Okay. Who is the father of modern anatomy? Second question. Skin color is determined by. Skin color is determined by. Third one. How many pairs of ribs form the thoracic cage? How many pairs of ribs form the thoracic cage? Fourth one. Which bone protects your brain? Which bone protects your brain? Fifth one. Muscle present in the heart is called what? Okay. Muscle present in the heart is called what? Fine. So these are your questions today. Please answer the questions in the comment box and subscribe to my channel and share my videos. Okay. And in my next video, I am going to explain about the rest of the organ systems. Okay. See you soon. All the best.